Welcome. Thank you two for both coming in today. My name is Jamie and this is
Brandon.
And we're both here to help you mediate out the conflict that you've had. We're going to start by establishing some ground rules so that we can have an environment where each of you gets an opportunity to talk and be heard. So first I want to say that we're not here to judge you. We're not here to tell you what to do. Our role is really to listen and to try to understand with depth what it is that's brought you here today. However, I do want to clarify that if the two of you at the end are unable to come to a resolution, a decision on how to resolve this conflict, then I may have to take this to an administrator for them to make a decision on how to solve the conflict. So there will be no yelling or physical contact. If there is any, we'll have to stop the mediation. We'll end it at that time. If there is, we would ask that neither of you speak while the other person is talking. We'll make sure that each of you have ample time to say your side. Everything that is said here is confidential, which means that it won't leave this room. If for any reason there are things that you know that have come up that will be talked about later, we want to just talk about how will it be talked about near the end and how will it be communicated after we're done leaving here today. I may need to caucus with either one of you, which essentially means if for some reason I need more clarity on what's going on, or if I feel like things aren't going well, sometimes I might even caucus with my partner here to try to talk about what we might be able to do to help the situation. We have approximately 20 minutes to resolve this conflict, and if we can't make it by that time, we'll have to reassess whether or not this is something that can be handled in this room. How do you guys feel about those rules?
That's all right.
Yeah, I guess they're okay.
Okay, so I'm going to have you sign our agreement and sign here. You might notice also as you're signing that you each have a pad of paper in front of you. I might be taking notes as you're speaking so that I can summarize what you're saying. But you have notes either to make notes about what the other person is saying, or if you have questions or comments that you would like to make while the other person is speaking, I ask that you write them down so that when it is your turn to speak, you'll have the opportunity to speak. Is there anything else I should say before we begin?
I think you covered everything.
Okay. Well, I usually start with this side of the table, so I'm going to have Katie begin with what her perspective is on the situation.
All right, well, I guess it all started like 2 weeks ago when I let Nick borrow $20 from me. He said he needed some money and I had some extra money, so I told him it was okay. I would lend him the $20. But then about a week ago, I started asking him if he had it to return to me because he made it.
No. I'm sorry. I know that there's something you want to say here, but if you could just use your paper and we'll continue to let Katie speak.
Thank you. And he kept kind of ignoring it. I'd ask him about it and he'd act like it never happened. I never loaned him the money in the first place. And I just felt really hurt that he wouldn't want to pay me back. I mean, I lent him the $20 because I thought that he was my friend and I thought that he was good for it. And he just won't even acknowledge the fact that he owes me $20. And I feel like it's really unfair. I mean, if you loan somebody money, they should pay you back. I mean, that's what a loan is. You have to pay it back. And it just doesn't feel fair at all. And now I just feel like I can't trust him. And I'm just so angry about it and upset.
Okay, so let me try to summarize what I heard from you. And clarify if there's anything that I've gotten incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
Approximately 2 weeks ago, you lent him $20,
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't say anything for about a week. But then around a week, you started asking him for the money back, and he, at that time, what did he say? I don't know.
Well, at first when I asked him about it, he was just like, what $20? And I'm like, the $20 that I loaned you last week. And then he just kind of ignored it and changed the subject. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just bring it up at another time. And then I confronted him again. And at this time, he's just like, why do you need it back? It's just $20. And to me, it was like, well, it was my $20. So he kind of acknowledged the fact that he owed me the money, but it's almost like he doesn't think I need it or something. Like he doesn't owe me the money, which he clearly does owe me.
Okay, so when you did ask him, he initially acted as though he didn't know what the $20, what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But then you asked him again, and he implied that you didn't really need it.
Yeah, he made comments like, "Oh, your parents can just give you more money, right?" Which is totally unfair. I mean, I earn that money. My parents don't just give me everything all the time. They certainly help me out, but that doesn't mean that it's just his money to take. That doesn't seem fair at all.
So it sounds like he's not really acknowledging. You had mentioned that you thought he was your friend, and you're feeling as though
Yeah.
this is hurting that friendship, and
Definitely.
that you can't trust him now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's why I gave him the money, is I thought that we were friends, and I thought maybe giving him the money would make us better friends, but apparently not. It's just made things way worse.
Okay, let's hear a little bit here from Nick. Okay, Nick, can you tell me your side of the situation?
Okay, so sure, she lent me $20 like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is I help Katie out with chores around the house all the time. So I feel like if she's gonna laze about and I have to pick up the slack for her in the home, then I don't really owe her anything. It kind of makes up for it. And plus, I mean, I think she's really well off compared to the rest of us. And we were in pretty dire straits. I needed $20 or else I'd be in really deep trouble.
Do you really think that she has just all kinds of money laying around that she
It
can?
sure seems like it. I mean, compared to the rest of us, but if anything, at least she has parents who still care for her.
So because she has parents that care for her, then she's supposed to be doling out $20 to people who need it?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, though, is that, you know, you gotta spread the wealth, and, you know, besides, even if I wanted to pay her back, I don't have $20 to give her. I don't have anything to give her, which is why she doesn't even deserve even more. It's why I'm in worse case than she is.
Well, I think that it's pretty clear here that you owe her $20, and
What am I supposed to do?
Could pay me back.
And with what?
I don't know. Try and earn money like the rest of the world.
You know,
well, let's let Nick continue to say what he wants to say.
look, you know us. We're busy. Things